Good to see you all. This is James coming at you with a live lesson here. So today we are going to do a fast car Tacy Chapman lesson. I'm actually going to do it without a capo. Tacy plays it with a capo fret 2, but since a lot of people don't have capos just kind of offhand, I'm going to do it without it. There's two ways to do this. You can do it in a sort of a more advanced version, the way that she does it, and then you can also do it in a slightly more basic version. You guys hear my 7-week-old daughter freaking out upstairs? All she does is like fart and cry. No, that's not true. That's not all she does. She's very sweet. So we're gonna. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. There's questions coming in. Thank you for the cool chords and fart noises. Yeah, we're all about farts here. So different tuning if no capo. It will be the same tuning. Your strings will be E, A, D, G, B, E. Every acid dealer gets busted eventually. So what that does, though, Kev Tierney, it does make it in a different key. So the chord shapes will still be the same, so we're still going to be using like a C chord shape and a G chord shape, an E minor chord shape, and a D chord shape. But when the capo is on fret 2, even though we're using the same chord shapes, the pitch, the concert pitch of those chords changes. So in other words, like if you were to play that alongside of a piano player, the piano player might would still play the same. If the piano player still played the same chords, you'd be out of tune with them if you took your capo off. So yes, we are changing the key of this right now. What's up, guys? I'm just sending some waves because that's what you do when you do fucking live here. Yeah, thanks for joining. For those who are just tuning in, we're doing the Tacy Chapman fast car tutorial. So, guitars out. So first off, what we got to do is just kind of get clear on what the left hand is doing, all right? So whenever I'm learning a new song, I like to just get the left hand solid and not really worry so much about the right hand just yet, okay? So we're going to do the beginner's version first, okay? We're going to do the beginner's version first, and then we're going to do the advanced version last, the way that Tacy does it. So in the beginning, the beginner's version, we've got a C chord first. So X 3 2 0 1 0, and then we've got a G next. 3 2 0 0 0 1, and then an E minor. 0 2 2 0 0 0, and then a D. X X 0 2 3 2. Okay, so this is without all the bells and whistles. This is the beginner's version. So what we've got so far, if we were to kind of throw it into the context of the rhythm, we've got again, okay, so I'm going to slow that down. So if anybody's playing along, then we'll slow it down so you can, kind of play along. Is Instagram going to kick me off for drinking wine? I don't know. It's that kind of night. Daddy of a 7-week-old's got to unwind a little bit. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go C for 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the 4, we're going to change to G. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's up, everybody? I'm just sending waves to you all. Hit me with questions. Hit me with comments. If you are new to this page, hit me with a subscribe. I'll love you forever. I'll follow you home. Okay, so, oops, shit. Again, so we're going to go through these chords and the timing of them now. So we've got C, G, E minor, D. Okay, so we're just doing the basic chords. So C, G, E minor, D. The C is going to be 3 beats, and then the G, and then we change to the G on the 4th beat of the first measure. We're in 4/4 time, so it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you see we kind of got a pattern there. So our first chord, C, goes for 3 beats, switch to the G on the 4th beat, and then we sustain through the entire second measure of 4 beats on G. And then we go to E minor for 3 beats, and then we switch to the D on the 4th beat, and then we sustain through on that on the D. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So that is our basic structure for our beginner version. So let's throw in a couple of the bells and whistles to make this sound like her version, but we're still not going to the way that she actually plays it. We're just adding some of the bells and whistles to make it sound more like hers, but we're still staying in the realm of the beginner's world, all right? Hey, everybody, if I missed a question or a wave, I'm sorry about that. Thank you for joining. This is James. Guitar Lessons with James, and we're doing the Fast Car by Tacy Chapman tutorial, both for beginners and then for the actual way that she does it, okay? So we're going to add the bells and whistles here. So to get this going, we've got I'll do it again. Alright, so let's talk about that shit. So, I'm going to get real fucking close here. Hi. How you doing? Alright, so, our first chord, our C, you remember? And then to a G. So for our C, we're going to strum through, but we're going to take off the index finger. That makes it a C major 7. It's not super important to remember that. You just remember you're playing the C chord without the index finger. So X, so don't play this string, fret 3, fret 2, 0, 0, 0. And in that same strum, you're going to strum down once with the thumb, and then you're going to do what's called a hammer-on, where you press down on the fret on a string to make a sound without strumming again while the string is still vibrating. So it's going to go. See how I press down there? And Johnny, I love you. Thank you very much. He says, best breakdown I've seen. Okay, so here we go. You hear how that makes a sound, but I don't strum again? That's called a hammer-on. And now we're going to do something cool. We're going to hammer on, and then we're going to pull off, which is where you lift off of the string without strumming it again. And we're going to do it all together, so it's going to make a sort of a sound that goes like that. So it's going to go strum, hammer on, pull off. Yes, A Lombardo 27. Yeah, it's starting to sound more like Tracy's version. Yeah, because in the beginning, just with the basic chords, it doesn't sound all that much like her version. But as we start to add some of the embellishments, it's going to sound more like her shit. So this is just the beginning. You're going to like the rest of it too. So again, we got our C chord without the pointer finger. And then we hammer on the first fret. And then pull it off. All in one strum with the right hand. So you notice the right hand is just going once. Thank you for that heart. Am I gonna, if I can sing it? She sings, now you're the last car. I should learn that because I would be content in this life. I could die tomorrow if I could sing a good version of her song. So, anyways, here's our first chord. All right. Yeah, it is hard because she's such a poet and she's got so many syllables in there with her vocals. It's really fucking awesome. Okay, so we've got C, and then we go to our G, but instead of just your pinky on your pinky on the high E string, we're going to do a 4-finger G here. Well, you can do this two ways. You can either do a 4-finger G. John Henry, what's up, buddy? You can do a 4-finger G where it goes 3, 2, 0, 0, 3, 3. And you hear this note right here on the B string, fret 3. That's the one you want. So you can either do a 4-finger G like this and kind of stop right there on the B string, or you can do a 3-finger G, and instead of putting your pinky here on the high E string on the 3rd fret, you're going to put it here on the B string on the 3rd fret. And just make sure you don't strum that high E string, all right? So, see the way that goes? Hammer on. And our timing again, if you remember from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're moving on now. So that was our first part. So we remember we got our C to our G. But we're doing special C's and G's. The C has a hammer on and a pull off on fret 1 with the pointer finger. And then we're going to our G. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. The G is going to go to the fret 3 with the pinky. Okay? And now we're going to go to an E minor. What fucking kind of E minor is that? It's a regular E minor. Well, it's not a regular E minor, but it's not like an E minor 7 or anything. The G, we're going to do this. We're going to go 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 3 with the pinky. You hear that? That's the lead note in there. Right there. It's still called a regular E minor because this G is still contained within your regular minor triad. The G is the minor 3rd in your E minor chord. No worries if that feels like, what the hell are you talking about? It's all good. All you need to know is that this E minor is like a regular E minor, but you're going to put your pinky on fret 3. All right? And then next we're just going to go to a D and we're going to bring this thing home. Regular D. And so your melody, if you can trace it with your ear, it goes. And if you follow those things that I was talking about, your chords will contain them. All right, I'm going to do that a little faster. Kev, good or bad? How is everybody doing out there with that so far? I know people kind of like show up to these things and bounce. During the G, A Lombardo, so during the G chord, is there another pull off at the end? Let's check. What I just did there, no, there's not. If you want to get more specific and have it sound even more like the way she plays it, as you do your G, you'd hit the B and the G string before you go to the E minor. So it'd be like, oh, in hers. No. Good question. I don't think so. So hers is identical for the C and the G. Hers gets more difficult as you go up to the E minor and to the D. and you're saying, okay, that's what I was missing. Yeah, so in your G, pluck the B string, and then pluck the G string without changing anything here. Get my hand in there. Slow it down. And I'm kind of finger picking this. You could strum it. All right. So we're gonna do her version now. All right. So we're gonna take a look at the way that she plays it. Happy Thursday, everybody. I've got my fancy wine glass. Usually I'd be drinking cheap beer out of a garbage can, but tonight I'm going fancy. Okay, so let's talk about her version, and hers goes... Allow me just a second to figure it out. There we go. Once more. All right. So, we're gonna look at the E minor chord and the D chord for that now. Okay, so the C and the G are exactly the same. So the C, just to review here, we've got a regular C, but we're leaving the pointer finger off to create a C major 7. Hammer on, and then pull off. All right, and then when we go to that G chord, we're doing the pinky on fret 3 of your B string. And then we're strumming, we're plucking the B and the G in that G chord. All right. Hey, everybody that's joining. I'm sorry I'm missing a chance to wave at you. Sam, is that you, buddy? The icons are small. Okay, so we've got the C to the G, which we just discussed, and now here's where it deviates from the beginner to the actual version. We're going all the way up to fucking fret 7 with our pointer finger. We're doing an E minor bar chord, okay? So this, nice. Good to see you, Sam. Sam, I did a Zoom lesson with Sam. He took me up on a free lesson, and maybe he can vouch for me that I didn't try and sell him any vitamins. I do free lessons, so if anybody's here, you can go to my profile. I've got a little icon that, well, you could just DM me the word lesson, and we can set up a time to meet for like 20 minutes, and you can tell me what you're struggling with on guitar, and hopefully we can work through some of your stuff. But it's not a pitch to do private lessons. I'm full up, so I don't have room. It's just to get to know you guys and to know what you're struggling with and to know what you want to know so that I can make better content. But we did one of those. Sam and I did one of those, and it was awesome to meet you, man. It was really cool. All the way from across the world. So, all right, so here we go. Again, we've got our E minor, which is going to be... you're not going to play your low E string. You can, but she doesn't. So it's going to be fret 7, fret 9, 0, 8. All right, so this is like, if you're familiar with an A string based minor bar chord, it's like the shape of an A minor. But imagine your finger replaces the nut and you slide it all the way up so that your pointer finger lands on the 7th fret. And we're actually going to release the pinky. So you get that droning low G string. All right, so in the way that this fits in with the song so far, we're piecing this together. We've got our C. All right, and then we're going all the way up to that minor, E minor bar chord. And what we're doing is strum, Strum all 4 of those strings, the A, D, G, and B string. Alright, and so it goes, strum all of them, ending on the B string, and then you pluck this, the G string again, and then the B string. So you hear that? So it's like 3 strums. 1, 2, 3. So you got all 4 on the first strum. And then we've got the open G string on the second strum. And then we've got the B string on the 8th fret on the 3rd strum. So it goes 1, 1, 2, 3. All right, so all together. 1, 2, 3. All right. Again, that's an E minor chord. And now we're going down to what's basically a D major bar chord on your A string. So if you can picture an A chord here, and your finger becomes the artificial nut here, and you slide it all the way up to fret 5. So 5, 7. Now this is where it gets funny. 5 with your index, 7 with your ring, open G string again, and then pinky on fret 7. Right there. Thank you, Sam, for the referral there. Yeah, so like anything that you want to get into on these free classes, we'll follow your lead. We'll go down the rabbit hole, and all you got to do is just DM me the word lesson, and I'll send you a link to a calendar so you can do that. I want to do as many of these fucking things as possible. I want to know what you guys are dealing with. Like, what's nice, Dan? Please do. Yeah. What's a struggle for you? Yeah. Anyways, back to this. So, okay, so we're coming from an E minor to our D major, but this open G right there, it makes it a chord called a D add 11. In technical jargon, it means you add the 4th step of the D scale, but kind of like up an octave. Nice, some Beatles songs. Yeah, I did one of these before for my subscribers. I also have a subscriber channel, but I did something. What was it? Fuck, I forget. It was some Paul McCartney tune. I forget. Anyways, I'll do more Beatles stuff. Okay, but back to this D. So we got 5, 7, 0, 7. So here we go, all together. Sorry. All right, so our D chord comes quick. Remember, we're changing on beat 4 of measure 3 in order to get to the D. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so and when we do that D, we're going to strum down once, and then we're going to do the B string as our 2nd stroke on the D chord, and then the G string as our 3rd stroke on the D chord. All right, so all together. Sorry. I'm going to slow this way down, okay? I get a little bit of distance here, so hopefully my fly's up. So our C, G, E minor, D11. A lot of you are going to be playing with a pick, so not much changes when you do this with a pick. I kind of use my hands a lot. maybe a little bit more than I use a pick, but you can do this easily with a pick. And just a disclaimer, if you're just tuning in, this is Tacy Chapman's Fast Car, both beginner and the way that she does it. And she plays it on fret, capoed fret 2. So you'd put your capo here, and then you'd move all your chord shapes up. And at the very end, I'll do that, just so if anybody does have a capo and they want to try that, you can do it. But I'm doing it without a capo just because some folks on these, they don't have, on these lives, they don't have capos just kind of lying around. So this is the easiest way to do it. All right, so with a pick, strum, hammer on, pull off. So strum down the full G, and then pick up on the B string, and then the B string. And then we go to our E minor, strum down on the A, D, G, and B string, and then pick up on the G string, and then pick up on the B string. So, and then strum down on your D11 chord, which is 5707. So strum down on all 4 of those middle strings, and then you pick up on the B string, and then up on the G string. And so anybody that's just joined in, hello everybody. I'm going to give all of you a wave because you are awesome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm James. We are doing Tacy Chapman Fast Car tutorial here, and this is the end of it, but you can watch the replay. It'll be on my page. Yeah, you're welcome. It's important to kind of walk it through slowly. I'm happy to keep it slow and then kind of speed it up. And if you watch the replay, you'll get all of this and you can check it out. And also, this would be a great excuse to do a free lesson with me. We could work only this if you wanted, and you could get one-on-one feedback. We would do it on Zoom. And if you want to do that, just DM me the word lesson. And I think mostly it's followers that join these things, so this might be useless, useless, I don't know. But if you don't, give me a subscribe. Would love to stay in touch. But here is at the full speed, sort of. Slow. All right, cool. Thank you for that heart. I'm going to do the beginner version, okay? Oh, we're going to circle back to where the video started. Yeah, I see more hearts. Give me those fucking hearts. I like them. Okay, so we're going back. I dropped my pick. Oh, we're going back to the beginner version, okay? And I'm going to do that slow, and then we're going to speed that up. So the beginner version, we're not using these bar chord shapes, okay? So we're doing an E minor with our pinky on fret 3 of the high E string, and then we're doing a regular D. All right, so with our beginner version, full speed. Okay, so let's break that down a little slower. Hello, everybody. Sam, you shred though, dude. I've heard you play. Her version is not the beginner version. That's the actual way she plays it. The beginner version, and it sounds great. I mean, you can really yes, just Jake, absolutely worth definitely noting that this is only the verse. Her chorus is driving in my car, driving so fast, felt like I was drunk, and I Had a feeling that I belonged. That part is just so good. We're not doing that today. We can do that another time. Hit me up if you want that. Send me some requests. But yeah, we're just doing the verse. Definitely a good call to note that. Thank you, Jake. So our beginner version. Our C chord. Hammer on the pointer finger. So it's going to be a C chord without your index finger. I'm coming in, guys. I'm fucking coming in. All right, there's your C chord. And then we go to our G. It's a G with a pinky on the B string fret 3 instead of all the way up here. You don't want to strum the high E string when you get to this chord. See how I stop here? And then you go up on the B string, up on the G string. All right, so far. All right, now we're going to our E minor with our pinky on the high E string, fret 3. All right, and then we're going to D. All right. And if you want, you can kind of get that like sort of an upstroke on that, on the E and the B string on the E minor at the end. And then upstroke on the high E string in your D. And then if you want to get fancy here, you can upstroke on the G string with the index finger off. That doesn't sound that great, but I'm trying to replicate. I guess it kind of does sound like it, but altogether, beginner version. And it's not required that you play this thing like a ukulele. I'm just doing this to kind of keep it all in frame here, but beginner version at full speed. The way she does it. Is that a pick? That's what I got for you guys tonight. I am super grateful for everybody that came in, asked some questions, and if you have any questions now, let me know. Let me have a comment. A Lombardo 27. Does she play the full chord or does she fingerstyle roots and thirds? Good question. I don't know if she uses her fingers, but she's not playing full chords. So when you hear the tune right there, she's not playing her high E like you would in a normal C. You hear that? Da! She leaves that out. Okay, so this C chord is only the middle 4 strings of your guitar. The G, she's not playing the high E string. And I gotta check the tabs, but I would even go so far as to say that she might not be playing this finger on her G chord. Muting it with her ring finger. This is a little bit more of an advanced technique. So really this G chord just becomes 3x003. And then all the way up to this E minor. I believe she plays all 4 of those middle strings, the A, D, G, and B string. And then same thing with that D. She's not playing the high E, the low E, or the high E. Yeah, I think she's leaving those notes out, and that's an interesting thing to note, is that you can be playing a song or you're writing a song, and you don't need to play. You don't need to play the full chord, you know? Like, because if we did, this song would sound like this. You hear, like, that's a terrible fucking version. But you hear what I'm saying? Like, that you got all these extra notes that you don't necessarily need in there. So you can choose to omit certain notes from your chords, and it creates a really great effect. So again, we turn this into, and then our G chord from this into our E minor chord from this into this. It's subtle, but you're leaving this out, which is important. You don't want that extra stuff if it's not what you intended. And then our D chord, here's a really important one. You don't want that, so she chooses to leave that out. So, good question there. Cool. So, anybody that's watching this later, hi Katie, I love you. Anybody that's watching this later or watching it now, shoot me a DM that says the word lesson if you want to do a 15, 20, 25 minute one-on-one Zoom lesson. Totally free. I'm not going to try and sell you anything at the end. The people that have done it know I'm not going to get you into a multi-level pyramid scheme. I don't even have availability on my private lessons, so it's not even for that. It's just to get to know what questions you guys have so that, well, number one, I want to help out and kind of gets me high to like help people overcome certain things with their guitar playing. But also, selfishly, I learn what you guys want to learn, and it helps me make better content and stuff. So I want to get to know what you're working on. So shoot me a DM with the word lesson, and thank you, Sam, for that proof right there. He didn't try and sell me anything. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for showing up, and I'm going to be doing these more often. So keep a lookout and shoot me any requests. I saw Beatles songs, specifically Michelle. That would be fucking crazy. Let's do that one next time. But all right. Have a great night wherever you are, and I'll see you the next time. All right? Bye.